a very good morning to one and all. Welcome to the next lecture of online theory class series of subject Novel Drug Delivery System. I am Mrs. Aarti Majumdar, Associate Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutics, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Dear students, today we are going to start our discussion over an important topic, that is nasopulmonary drug delivery system. Before starting our discussion over this topic, I would like to summarize the main point on which we are going to focus under the heading nasopulmonary drug delivery system. Under this heading, we are going to study about what is nasal route and what is pulmonary route. What are the objectives of formulation of these nasal and pulmonary drug delivery system. We are also going to focus on various advantages and limitations of these drug delivery system, nasal and pulmonary drug delivery system. Along with this, we have to study about anatomy and physiology of nasal tract as well as pulmonary tract. And we will also discuss the mechanism of absorption through these routes. And later on we will discuss various formulation approaches for nasal drug delivery as well as pulmonary drug delivery. We will also discuss about evaluation parameters and evaluation characterization of these formulations. Now, starting with what is nasal delivery. So, when the drug is applied, drug is administered into the body through nose, then this delivery is called as nasal drug delivery. It is utilizing the nasal route for drug absorption. Initially, this nasal drug delivery system, they are primarily employed for the local effect, for topically applied formulations onto the nasal mucosa, for the management of conditional rhinitis or nasal irritation of nasal mucosa, etc. So, drugs such as antihistaminic and symptomatic, many drugs they are available in the market, such as azorastin, which is available in the market under the brand name of Astelin, levocabastin, which is available in the brand name of Levostin, then olapatadine, which is available in the brand name of Patanase. These are antihistaminic drugs which are used for the management of allergic rhinitis, rhinosinusitis. Then mupirocin, it is an antibacterial drug which is available under the brand name of Bactroban. This is used for the management of eradication of nasal staphylococci bacteria. Then triamcinolone acetamide, which is available under the brand name of Nasacort. These are all locally acting, these are all nasal drug delivery system, nasal formulations which act locally to treat local irritations such as nasal mucosa irritation or maybe allergic reactions or runny nose. But it has been observed that when these drugs they are topically applied to the nasal mucosa, they also exert systemic effects. So later on, nasal drug delivery, it is found to be a reliable and viable route for systemic absorption of drug for the management of various diseases such as Nicotrol annuus. This is brand name of drug which delivers nicotine, and it is used for the cessation of smoking. And oxytocin, which is available under the brand name of Syntocinon, and it is used for inducing labor pain or for inducing lactation. And sumatriptan, sumatriptan, it is also available as nasal formulation in the brand name of Imigran, and it is used for the management of migraines. Now, or cluster headaches. Now, coming to the anatomy and physiology of nasal tract. So, dear student, this nasal cavity through which drug is in case of nasal drug delivery, drug formulation, they are applied to the nasal, they are administered into the nasal cavity. This nasal cavity is basically, it is divided into three regions. First is nasal vestibule and ostium. This nasal vestibule and ostium, second is respiratory region, and third is olfactory region. So nasal vestibule and ostium. Nasal vestibule is this forward part of this nasal cavity, which is within and above the nostril up to 1.5 centimeter. Just above this nasal vestibule, there is a nasal constriction, which is called as ostium or nasal valve. So most of the nasal formulations or nasal applicators, they have to for better drug deposition, they have to position at this beyond this constriction, nasal constriction, or above this ostium for better drug absorption. So nasal vestibule, which is the forward anterior part of this nasal cavity, beyond this nasal vestibule and ostium, there the nasal cavity is divided into two regions: large respiratory region and small olfactory region. It is this respiratory region which is majorly responsible for the drug absorption through nasal mucosa. Now, this respiratory region, it is further divided into three turbinates. This is inferior turbinates, then middle turbinate, and superior turbinates. These turbinates, these are covered with a spongy tissue having mucus covering and rich blood supply. Also, most of the cell of this respiratory region, they are ciliated, having cilia of about 2 to 4 micron length. Now, it is because of the turbulence airflow characteristics in the nose, and in this region, drug is deposited because turbulence is caused due to the airflow, and drug is deposited onto the nasal mucosa. Now, along with this large respiratory region, there is an olfactory region. Olfactory region is divided as, this is olfactory tract, this is olfactory bulb. Here there is a supply of, this is olfactory epithelium. Now in this olfactory epithelium, there is a supply of millions of nerve endings. It is believed that through this olfactory bulb, through this olfactory region, when drug reaches to this epithelium, it can be delivered to brain, because through this olfactory region, frontal lobe of brain is directly connected. So through this olfactory epithelium, where there is a supply of millions of nerve ending, olfactory neurons are there, olfactory nerve endings are there. Through this, even the drug can be delivered to brain. This type, through the use of nasal route, it is possible to overcome the barrier which is offered in the brain delivery in the form of blood-brain barrier. So this obstacle can be overcome utilizing nasal route. Now, this is nasopharynx. So this is about anatomy and physiology of nasal tract. So why nasal route is required? What is the objective of formulation of nasal drug delivery system? So firstly, there are many drugs which have low bioavailability and which are unstable in harsh gastrointestinal environment of the body. So for such drugs, it is suitable to formulate them as nasal drug delivery system, as it is observed that many small drug molecules, they show rapid absorption through nasal route. Even as comparable, the absorption is comparable to intravenous route. So this route, nasal route, provides advantage of rapid absorption and quick onset of action. So there are many advantages which are offered through nasal route when the drug is administered through nasal route, such as avoidance of first pass metabolism. Then this route is easy and convenient as compared to parenteral formulation. Even drug can be administered to unconscious patient through nasal route. And drugs which are having poor stability in gastrointestinal environment, such as which are acid labile or they are unstable in the intestinal environment, they are the suitable candidate for the formulation as nasal drug delivery system. Then rapid drug absorption is a very important benefit which is required in case of management of diseases where quick action is required. So quick onset of action in case of migraine, for example, sumatriptan. This is available marketed. This is in marketed preparation as in the name of Imigran. So quick action is required in such cases. Now high bioavailability. Bioavailability is as comparable to the intravenous route. So these are few advantages of nasal drug delivery systems. But apart from these advantages, there are certain limitations such as smaller surface area. Nose provides smaller surface area as compared to gastrointestinal tract, or sometimes because for enhancing the absorption here in nasal drug delivery system also some formulation enhancers are added, such as surfactant or various solvents, various enzymes, some fatty acids. So these formulation enhancers, they can be added, which may sometimes be cause irritation to the nasal mucosa or toxicity to the nasal mucosa. So apart from this, in case of certain pathological conditions, such as in case of cold or allergic conditions, bioavailability of drug can be significantly affected. So these are certain few limitations of this nasal route. Now, what is the mechanism of absorption of drug through nasal route? So, nasal first, when the formulation is applied, which may be in the form of nasal spray, or it can be nasal drop, it can be nasal gel, or some colloidal carrier drug can be incorporated in some colloidal carriers such as liposome, microsphere, or nanoparticle. These colloidal carrier can be incorporated in drops or gels. So whatever may be the drug delivery system, whatever may be the dosage form, when these formulation they are administered or applied onto the nasal mucosa, above this ostium, where which is the nasal wall or constriction, narrow constriction in the anterior part of nose, forward anterior part of nose. So there, mucoadhesive carrier, we have studied this mechanism, similar mechanism in mucoadhesive drug delivery system also. First step is the close contact between mucoadhesive drug carrier and the mucus layer, where this mucoadhesive drug, the polymeric chain of mucoadhesive carrier interact with the mucin chain of mucin molecules. So chains of mucin molecules. Now after that, there is hydration and swelling of polymer chains, and which results in the drug release. Now this drug release can either absorb internally to the systemic circulation, or it can act locally. Now apart from absorption, there can be ciliary, because about 15 to 20% of cells in respiratory region, they possess cilia of length 2 to 4 micron. So which result in the ciliary clearance of especially hydrophilic macromolecules. And also in case in nasal mucosa, there so many enzymes are present, such as cytochrome P450 and carboxy peptidases. So these enzymes, they result in the enzymatic of drug. So, and this drug, which drug is absorbed, it can be through paracellular transport, or it can be transcellular transport. Paracellular transport means it is intercellular transport, that is transport of drug molecule between the tight junction or intercellular spaces. So by this paracellular transport, various hydrophilic molecules such as protein and peptide can be absorbed, or it could be transcellular, that is intracellular, through the cell. So lipophilic drug generally transport or absorb passively through this transcellular transport. Both paracellular and transcellular, they are all passive transport mechanism. Paracellular is generally responsible, this transport is generally responsible for the absorption of hydrophilic drugs, whereas most of the lipophilic drug molecules, they are absorbed through transcellular transport mechanism. One more type of transport is there, transcytotic transport, which is first drug is incorporated into vesicle, and then these vesicles are transported inside the cell. So student, this is about general introduction of nasal route and nasal delivery, drug delivery system, and anatomy and physiology of nasal tract, as well as mechanism of drug absorption along with advantages and limitations of nasal drug delivery systems.